to stability, strength, and continuity as PM-VP sworn in. Guyanese-Surinamese presidents to advance talks on Corentyne River Bridge. Guyana-US defense ties deepen with strengthened joint security agenda. Construction worker charged with murder of US-based Guyanese at COOMACKA mines. PM Phillips pledges acceleration of Amerindian land titling, revision of Amerindian Act, and body of missing WAKENAAM pensioner found floating in SUPENAAM Creek. Now for the news in detail. President Dr. Irfaan Ali on Monday reaffirmed his government's commitment to stability, strength, and continuity as he swore in Brigadier Retired Mark Anthony Phillips as Prime Minister and Dr. Bara Jagdeo as Vice President, describing the appointments as placing the reins of our nation's development in the most capable hands. Trishelle Sobers has the details in this report.
The swearing-in ceremony held at the office of the President marked the first major appointments of President Dr. Irfaan Ali's new cabinet following the People's Progressive Party Civic PPPC win at the September 1 general and regional elections. The two men served in the last dispensation of the Ali-led administration between 2020 and 2025. At the swearing-in ceremony on Monday, the President praised Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips and Vice President Dr. Bara Jagdeo as tried, tested, and proven servants of the nation whose leadership records prove assurance of continuity and progress. Speaking directly on the appointment on Phillips, the head of state emphasized that his leadership would remain instrumental in guiding government policy with strategic acumen and profound confidence, particularly as the administration prepares to deliver on ambitious infrastructure and social development promises.
Brigadier Phillips brings to this renewed appointment a wealth of experience. He brings an integrity, a character forged in the fires of duty. He brings years, indeed decades, of selfless service to the people of Guyana, always placing Guyana above self. He is respected across the length and breadth of our nation for his decency, his calm demeanor, and his proven reliability. I'm supremely confident that as Prime Minister, he will not only continue his exemplary service, but will surpass his own distinguished record. He will bring to the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead the same strategic acumen and profound competence that have become his hallmark.
Turning to Dr. Bara Jagdeo, the President described the former head of state and the People's Progressive Party Civic General Secretary as a leader whose grip of complex issues, foresight in policy making, and profound understanding of global economics make him indispensable to the government's agenda. Ali also credited Jagdeo's tenure as finance minister and later as president with laying the foundation for Guyana's current economic trajectory, noting his ability to connect the micro and macro, ensuring the national policy translates into tangible benefits for every Guyanese.
His grasp for complex issues, his foresight in policy making, and his profound understanding of both local dynamics and global economics are nothing short of extraordinary. His command and knowledge of governance is a resource we are blessed to have at our disposal. Dr. Jagdeo, you can feel free to clap at any time. Dr. Jagdeo is not just a leader in government, he's a leader of the people. He connects the macro to the micro, ensuring that national policy always translates into tangible benefit for every Guyanese citizen. To have a leader of such immense stature, experience, and intellectual power serving once again as Vice President is the added assurance we can give to the people of Guyana that their future is in the safest of hands. Dr. Jagdeo, your continued service is a gift to the nation, and we are all beneficiaries of your wisdom and boundless energy.
Ali underscored that the appointments of Jagdeo and Phillips reflect not only continuity but also the fusion of discipline, strength, and vision that his administration intends to bring into its second term. The President is expected to name and swear in his complete cabinet soon. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
Here is Davina Samaru, who reports that Guyana's President Dr. Irfan Ali could as early as this week meet with Surinamese President Dr. Jennifer Simons to advance talks on the construction of the Corentyne River Bridge.
I think very early, maybe over this weekend, there will be a face-to-face meeting with the President of Suriname. The ministries are working that out to advance these projects.
President Dr. Irfan Ali speaking with reporters on Monday about his impending meeting with Suriname's President Dr. Jennifer Simons. At the moment, it remains undecided if that meeting will take place in Guyana or Suriname. President Ali said among the topics for discussion between the two heads of state will be the Corentyne River Bridge.
Well, that is part of what we're discussing, the financing mechanisms, how it will be structured, and those kind of things. That is what has to be finalized.
Suriname has given a commitment that they will go ahead with the bridge.
So we have not had any changes in the commitment. Even today, we have not had a response that this is not a priority. But the meeting this weekend hopefully would clarify and would settle what the priorities are for Suriname this time.
Earlier on Monday, President Ali had met with Suriname's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Melvin Bouva, at State House. The Office of the President had noted that the discussions focused on Guyana's commitment to the Corentyne River Bridge project, collaboration with Suriname to resolve issues affecting fisher folk, improving the efficiency of the Guyana-Suriname ferry system, and exploring joint investment opportunities. It has been reported that the high-span Corentyne River Bridge will run approximately 3.1 kilometers connecting Molson Creek in Guyana to the South Drain in Suriname, with a landing on Long Island in the Corentyne River, where a commercial hub and tourist destination will be established. Both Guyana and Suriname have settled on Chinese construction company China Road and Bridge Corporation as the preferred contractor to build the new bridge. Back in October 2024, Public Works Minister Juan Edgel had indicated that a contract between the contractor and the two countries would be signed as soon as the financing mechanism for the bridge is sorted out. Reporting for the Evening News, Davina Samaru.
Here is Trishelle Sobers once again, this time to report that Guyana and the United States have deepened their defense cooperation with a renewed focus on joint security following high-level talks between President Dr. Irfan Ali and U.S. Deputy Assistant Secretary of War Joseph M. Hummer at State House on Monday.
President Dr. Irfan Ali on Monday held talks with the United States Deputy Assistant Secretary of War, Joseph Hummer, reaffirming Guyana's commitment to safeguarding its sovereignty while deepening strategic defense cooperation with the United States. Accompanied by U.S. Ambassador Nicole Terriot and a delegation of senior officials, Hummer engaged in wide-ranging discussions with the Guyanese head of state and his national security team, including Foreign Secretary Robert Prasad, National Security Advisor Captain Jerry Gavaya, Chief of Defense Staff Brigadier Omar Khan, and the head of the National Intelligence and Security Agency, Colonel Sheldon Howell. Speaking with reporters on the sidelines of the swearing-in of Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips and Vice President Dr. Bart Jagdeo on Monday, Ali described the engagements as a continuation of Guyana's long-standing defense collaboration with the United States.
The meeting with the U.S. is a continuation of our cooperation on defense and security. So it's nothing new. We have had ongoing cooperation, and the cooperation has been expanding with the U.S. in terms of our security, national security or defense, and to have greater collaboration. So it was just reinforcing that collaboration, looking at areas that we will expand the collaboration, and of course we have had many training programs with the U.S. And looking at expanding training program here in Guyana, where we can have the continuation of the training in country.
According to him, the talks focus on reinforcing joint efforts to address transnational threats, including drug trafficking, human trafficking, and smuggling. The two sides also explored opportunities to expand U.S.-supported training programs with a particular focus on building capacity through in-country training for the Guyana Defense Force and security agencies. Ali underscored that both nations share a commitment to regional peace and stability.
Of course, the region's security is always discussed, and we have committed ourselves to working with all our partners, including the U.S., on ensuring we do our part in fighting transnational crime, whether it's drug trafficking, human trafficking, smuggling. So we support our partners as they support us in fighting these illicit activities.
The United States and Guyana are advancing their security partnership as both nations work together to strengthen territorial integrity, combat illicit narcotics trafficking, and confront key national security challenges. The collaboration comes at a time when regional security dynamics are rapidly evolving, with threats such as transnational crime, narcotic trafficking, and territorial disputes placing increased demand on small states. The U.S. has consistently positioned itself as a partner in strengthening Guyana's defense capabilities, offering technical support, training, and operational cooperation. Tricia Sobers, Evening News.
1 week following a brawl that left 49-year-old Courtney Evans, a U.S.-based Guyanese businessman, dead, a 28-year-old construction worker was charged and remanded to prison for the crime. Joel Harding of COOMACKA Mines Upper Demerara River appeared before Magistrate Rochelle Liverpool at the Linden Magistrates Court on Monday and was not required to plead to the indictment. Police stated that Harding was arrested on September 1, 2025, in connection with the fatal brawl which occurred on August 31 at COOMACKA Mines Linden, and that incident also left 3 persons injured. He will make his next court appearance on October 20. The matter was adjourned to October 20, 2025 for disclosure. It was reported that the deceased, along with his brother and a friend, had been socializing and consuming alcohol at COOMACKA Mines Beach. At the time, 5 other individuals, including a woman, were also present at the location. An altercation reportedly began when the woman made a derogatory remark toward Tyrone Evans, which led to a heated argument and physical confrontation. The situation quickly escalated into a brawl between the two groups. Following the fight, the woman and her companions fled the scene in a white minibus. A 22-year-old female teacher and 1 male suspect were subsequently arrested and released. Coming up, joint effort underway by police, MOE to tackle school violence, and the body of missing WAKENAAM pensioner found floating in SUPENAAM Creek. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Phillips, SOCU, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Did you tell him that Danny went to pick up KFC?
No, wait a minute.
Are we really not going to tell him we already have KFC?
A tasty dinner shouldn't be that complicated. Crunch the routine and order a delicious KFC bucket for the best price. KFC, it's finger.
Guyana's agriculture sector is growing stronger than ever. Over the past 4 years, Guyana has made remarkable strides, emerging as the only self-sufficient food-producing country in the world. Revenues earned from the oil and gas sector are being reinvested to improve agriculture, to build better roads, upgrade drainage and irrigation systems, and introducing of modern technology to boost food production. Together, these efforts are creating a stronger, more resilient food system. For today, and for generations to come.
Business owners, it's time to level up with SylviesOnline.com. Shopping with us is a breeze. Browse online and plan your purchase. Check real-time stock availability. Enjoy expert in-store assistance. Whether you're on-site or in the office, shop at SylviesOnline.com. Visit SylviesOnline.com today and make your next big upgrade easy. SylviesOnline.com, your partner in productivity.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. With affirmative plans such as government's commitment to indigenous rights, Prime Minister Mark Phillips has pledged to accelerate Amerindian land titling and demarcation while promising a comprehensive revision of the Amerindian Act to strengthen legal protection and empower communities. Michael Henry files this report.
As the Amerindian Heritage Month celebrations officially kicked off under the theme Igniting Unity, Celebrating Progress, Advancing Our Culture, Prime Minister Mark Phillips has reaffirmed his government's plans to strengthen and accelerate Amerindian land titling and demarcation. Additionally, he pledged a comprehensive revision of the Amerindian Act to boost legal protections and empower Amerindian communities. He was at the time speaking at the official launch of the one-month-long celebration to honor the rich cultural tapestry of Guyana's first people at the National Park on Monday.
Therefore, our government pledges to further advance the Amerindian land titling and demarcation program. We have done more than any other government before us in this regard, and we will continue this process over the next 5 years. Land titling and demarcation is both a legal and moral imperative. We will accelerate the process to resolve pending claims, ensuring security of tenure and empowering communities with this fundamental asset upon which to build their economic and cultural futures.
Phillips also said that the government will be expanding and empowering community support officers as part of its efforts to translate indigenous rights into practical benefits on the ground. He noted that CSOs will be retrained, upskilled, and given greater opportunities along with increased stipends.
To translate these strengthened rights from principle into practice on the ground, we will continue to empower and to expand the community support officers. We will also retrain and upskill our CSOs, empower them for greater opportunities, and increase their stipends. This investment in our community support officers is not a welfare plan. It is not an unemployment initiative, but it is aimed at the cultivation of a new generation of skilled indigenous leaders.
He nonetheless reaffirmed that the government is committed to working alongside indigenous communities to both preserve and promote their heritage, while ensuring national development remains inclusive and respectful of all peoples.
Our government, your government, is committed to working with you to preserve and promote your heritage, and to ensuring that the development of our nation is inclusive and respectful to all its people. Therefore, as we celebrate this rich heritage and its legacy, we must also look forward with a collective commitment to building a future of unprecedented opportunity, prosperity, and self-determination for our indigenous people and their communities across our 10 administrative regions. To this end, our government is not just making promises. We are executing a comprehensive and actionable plan
During the month of September, several activities are planned throughout Guyana to mark Amerindian Heritage Month 2025, with the national celebrations planned for Napi Village, Region 9 on September 20. Michael Henry, The Evening News.
To address the rise in school-related violence, Superintendent Wayne DeHart of Regional Police Division 4B met with officials from the Education Ministry's School Welfare Department on Tuesday at the divisional headquarters. The meeting included senior welfare officers and guidance counselors from the ministry along with police representatives focused on welfare and community relations. Discussions centered on creating a coordinated plan to prevent violence in high-risk schools, emphasizing early interventions and stronger student support. Both sides stressed the need for a collaborative, multi-stakeholder approach to ensure safer learning environments and positive youth development. Superintendent DeHart reaffirmed the police's commitment to working closely with schools and communities. The meeting ended with an agreement to launch joint initiatives such as school outreach programs, conflict resolution workshops, and community engagement forums aimed at reducing violence and strengthening relationships among students, parents, teachers, and police. This initiative reflects Regional Division 4B's ongoing commitment to community policing and youth-focused engagement. Guyanese are urged to work together to preserve and celebrate indigenous culture, heritage, and traditions, emphasizing that the knowledge, languages, and artistic expressions of Amerindian communities are vital threads woven into the nation's identity. Once again, here is Michael Henry with the details.
The one-month celebration every September has increasingly attracted local and international interest and attention as more and more Guyanese become increasingly aware of the contributions of Amerindians in the arts and development. On this note, Amerindian Affairs Minister Pauline Sukai, during the Amerindian Heritage Cultural Extravaganza on Monday evening, underscored the need to actively promote and safeguard indigenous culture, heritage, and language, calling on all Guyanese to join in preserving the stories and rich customs of the Amerindian community.
It is fundamental that we continue to promote our culture, our heritage, to ensure that we revive our language, we keep our cuisine, etc. So let us work hand in hand to ensure that our stories, languages, and vibrant traditions of our people continue to be celebrated, respected, and cherished in the heart of this society, Guyana. As we take part in the festivities for the remaining of Heritage Month, let us also reaffirm our unwavering commitment to fostering a society where every culture is not only cherished, but actively celebrated, and where every voice is heard, acknowledged, and empowered.
She further highlighted the importance of Amerindian Heritage Month 2025, noting that it is a time to recognize the honor of significant cultural contributions of indigenous peoples to Guyana.
So as we gather here to commemorate Amerindian Heritage Month 2025, we are reminded of the profound cultural contributions that our indigenous peoples have made and continue to make to this beautiful nation which we all call home. The knowledge, traditions, languages, and artistic expression of the Amerindian peoples are not merely important remnants of our past. They are vibrant and dynamic threads, intricately woven into the fabric of our national identity. Let us celebrate this occasion with joy, respect, and a renewed sense of purpose as we honor the incredible contribution of the Amerindian community.
Amerindian Heritage Month 2025 is being observed under the theme Igniting Unity, Celebrating Progress, Advancing Our Culture. Michael Henry, The Evening News.
Let's now tell you that the lifeless body of 69-year-old Abdil Ramjan Khan of WAKENAAM Island was pulled from the SUPENAAM Creek Essequibo coast on Monday, prompting a police investigation. According to police, a call was made to the Aurora police station reporting that a body was seen floating near the SUPENAAM waterfront. A team was dispatched to the area where Khan's body was discovered in the vicinity of the Farmers' Wharf. The body was retrieved and upon examination, blood was observed coming from one of his ears. However, no visible signs of violence were found. Khan was identified by his son-in-law and the body was taken to the Suddy Public Hospital mortuary where a post-mortem examination is expected to be conducted. Reports indicate that Khan had left his home around 11 hours on Sunday in a wooden boat powered by a 40-horsepower outboard engine, heading to SUPENAAM to purchase engine parts but never returned. Later that evening, around 19 hours 40, his son-in-law went in search of him and found Khan's boat moored at the SUPENAAM wharf with his clothes nearby. A missing person report was subsequently filed at the Aurora police station. CCTV footage later confirmed that Khan had fallen into the creek. Investigations are ongoing. A major legal showdown in the Georgetown High Court has quashed the magistrate's controversial decision to dismiss 3 criminal charges against a convicted fraudster. In this LaWanda McAllister report, you will hear that the ruling followed a challenge by the Special Organized Crime Unit, SOCU, which argued that the magistrate acted illegally and unfairly.
The case stems from a ruling by Magistrate Delon Bass to dismiss matters against Dave Rajeshwar Prasad in May under unusual circumstances. Just after the case, there were questions about the legal procedure, fairness, and accountability. On May 29, Magistrate Bass was the presiding magistrate at Laguan, but virtually addressed the cases from the Diamond Magistrates Court. Prasad appeared from Lusignan Prison. With no SUCU prosecutor on the virtual hearing, the magistrate dismissed the charges even though the court clerk had already agreed with prosecutors to adjourn the matter to June 27. SUCU immediately filed for judicial review in the High Court, arguing the magistrate acted arbitrarily, irrationally, and against natural justice. They pointed to communication from the court clerk that had set June 27 as the official date. On September 8, Acting Chief Magistrate Navindra Singh sided with SOCU. He found that Magistrate Bass's conduct ruling in a district where he was not sitting and failing to confirm the absence of the prosecution was wholly improper. The judge squashed the dismissal, allowing the charges to proceed. SUCU welcomed the decision. Deputy Commissioner Fazil Karimbash said it was unfortunate the unit had to take such action against a sitting magistrate, but emphasized that justice may not only be done, but must also be seen to be done. LaWanda McAllister for the Evening News.
As we observe Amerindian Heritage Month, which commenced on September 1, 2025, several villages will be hosting their own celebrations throughout the month. Many coastlanders also will be traveling into the villages to partake in their festivities. Over the years, the Tuma pot and cassava bread has attracted Guyanese from all walks of life. This evening, we'll take you to Pakuri or St. Cuthbert's Mission to get a first-hand look on how cassava bread is prepared, compliments of the Ministry of Amerindian Affairs. Let's take a look.
Cassava bread is a traditional food brought to Guyana by the indigenous peoples and cherished by many to this day. Made from cassava, a starchy root often found in backyards or farms. This delicacy follows a carefully crafted process that has been passed down for generations. At St. Cuthbert's Mission, villagers demonstrate this intricate art. It begins with the cassava being harvested, peeled and placed into clean water. This stage is often a communal activity with family, friends or fellow villagers working together. Once cleaned with a hard bristle brush, the cassava is finely grated. Though tedious, grating is essential as it prepares the crop for the removal of its poisonous juices. To do this, the grated cassava is packed into a traditional strainer called a matapi. Hung and stretched, the matapi extracts the toxic liquid, making the cassava safe to eat. A wooden press is then applied to ensure every drop is squeezed out. The compressed cassava is left to dry overnight on a rack of stakes. By the next day, it is sifted to remove impurities, leaving behind a fine, clean meal ready for baking. The final stage takes place over a tower, a flat iron pan set atop a drum oven. The cassava is spread thinly, baked until golden brown, finish. The result is cassava bread, crisp, wholesome, and often enjoyed with the famous tumo pot. This is the Sinkotbert's mission way of keeping tradition alive, transforming a humble root into one of Guyana's most beloved indigenous delicacies.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic at 3 hours 55 on Wednesday, September 10, 2025 for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is scheduled to be closed to vehicular traffic at 5 hours 55 on Wednesday, September 10, 2025, also for a period of 1.5 hours.
Playoff spots at stake as Warriors clash with Falcons tomorrow. Join us after the break for this special report sponsored by MacCorp.
It's Cricket Carnival time and MacCorp is knocking prices out of the park. Get the powerful CAT 320 GX for just 30 million, the SEM 655D reloader at 17.4 million, or the SEM 636D reloaded for only 13.8 million. Each machine comes with free fuel warranty registration, 2 years warranty and a customer value agreement for the first 500 hours. Don't wait. Register your interest now at MacCorpCat.com or call us today on 703-8618. MacCorp, let's build Guyana together.
Tell from the crowd who's up next. It's Premier's star player, whose world-class stats put him in a league of his own. Premier's rise to stardom has been one for the record books. The first team to get a GYAA- rating. They boast a strong solvency and A-class service. Ladies and gentlemen, you're witnessing Premier's financial and technical strength that is out of this world.
Premier. Premier insurance coverage for less.
It's sippy out time. Sippy away all in. Man, girl and boy, feel the sippy and joy from every nation. In the Caribbean, larger than life. We're building legends in this Caribbean nation. We're all in. It's sippy out time.
We're all in. Republic Bank, title sponsor and official bank of the Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League.
Mom, did you tell him that Danny went to pick up KFC?
No, wait a minute. Are we really not going to tell him we already have KFC?
A tasty dinner shouldn't be that complicated. Crunch the routine and order a delicious KFC bucket for the best price. KFC, it's...
In today's tough driving conditions, every engine faces 3 powerful enemies: engine heat, pollutants, and frequent short trips. Each factor is a direct cause of engine sludge, a buildup of dirt that can block vital oilways. This triple threat demands triple protection. Castrol GTX's Triple Protect Power is engineered to fight these 3 main causes of engine sludge.